Hi, my name is Abriana, also known as Black Art Writing, and today I'm going to talk to you about the 3 things I do to help motivate me to write. First thing I like to do is a good walk. So I don't know, you guys have probably read this before plenty of times when people are talking about their creative process, how, they walk, they take runs, they jog, they go to the gym, exercise, blah, blah, blah. I don't do all that. But I will take me a nice good stroll. Now, I don't do it all the time, which I will admit. I only do this when I feel like I have an idea, but I don't know the way to go about it. So what I do, I'll just put in my headphones. I won't think about the concept. Like, I'll just be walking around my neighborhood or walk the dog, or hell, sometimes I even walk up and down the stairs at my house until I feel like I'm energized to tackle the issue that I am having. It's not necessarily that I want to focus on the problem that I have, but I just feel like I don't have the energy to do it. However, when I walk, I get those endorphins and I get that exercise and my breathing's up, my heart rate's up. I feel like I have the energy to at least tackle the concept that's kind of been getting on my nerves. It's not even necessarily motivating me. It's just giving me the energy to potentially be motivated, if that makes sense. Like, if I'm motivated but I don't have the energy, it's like, can't really do it. But if I have the energy, I have a little pep in my stuff, then I can sit back and I'll be like, okay, I think I got what it takes to answer this question that I have pondering in my head about my character, or this plot or theme, or whatever it have it be. So walking is one thing that helps me. Number 2 would be a good old daydream or a nap, and preferably in the middle, the middle of the day. Not right when I wake up, not right before I go to bed, because then I'd be sleeping right in the middle of the day. Now, that is hard, especially when you find yourself working 40 hours and then you come home and then you also work. It's like, when do you have time to actually do this daydreaming? I have to make time to do it. But daydreaming is a really useful tool for me that helps me visualize the concepts that I have in my head. Now, when I am writing, either writing pen to paper, or I am on my computer, typing things out, I can't visualize what the hell I'm writing. Now, I can hear it. I can hear the characters in my head. I can hear what they're talking about and all that. But when it comes to the details, I don't got the details. I can't get the details right while writing. But when I am daydreaming and I get that chance to just lie in bed or on the couch, I be stiff as a board sometimes. I just try to go in this is it a catatonic state? That might be the wrong word, but I try to be in this state of mind and body where everything is still and I can just focus on the task at hand, which is just going through my brain and visualizing the concepts that I have for my book or for characters. And what I've noticed, what really helps me bridge the gap between different scenes that I may have in my book, or may help me with a problem that I may be having, connecting the idea, is if I actually put myself in the situation. I like to see myself, and I put myself smack dab in the middle of my books the majority of the time. I be seeing my face, and then I have my hair in a different way, I have my clothing will be different, but I can visualize myself in that space. And that's what helps me kind of get out of that rut, wake up and I'm snap out of it. I'm oh, I know exactly what character I have to add. I know exactly who he's supposed to be like. I know exactly who he's supposed to sound like, and blase. So daydreaming is one thing that really helps me. I know it's kind of hard to do, but another good way to daydream is when you're in the parking lot before work. I would not suggest doing it when you drive, because you need your undivided attention on the road. But when I am in the parking lot at my facility, I just be sitting at that steering wheel and I just be fascinated, just be all in my head. So that's what I like to do. Now, the third and final thing that I like to do would be using word descriptors. Now, if I can explain it the way I use it, then it would make sense. So if you guys don't know, I have printed out a plethora of word descriptions for person, place, things, feeling, ideas, blase, how do things smell, how do things look, how to describe the texture of a plant. I love printing out word descriptions. Now, for me, what helps me get into that writing frenzy or like the ability to have that energy to get up and write is the word description, because I feel like I know what I'm writing about. Like currently I'm writing a scene in my work in progress with one of my characters is in an alley, but I'm trying to describe this alley that's not just dark and gloomy and grim and bleak, but I'm trying to use different words. And when I go through my when I go through my Google Docs that has all of the words that I have ever like printed out, and I scroll through and I find the definition, the meaning of them, I'm like, okay, so let me put that in the sentence. Okay, so then I find how that adjective or that verb is like describing how this looks. Now let me try to add another word that will complement it. Like word finding is so much fun to me. It's kind of like low-key a game to me, and I try to mix and match different terms to a like cohesive hodgepodge of a sentence, to a paragraph, to a chapter, and reread it to myself and see if I like it or not. So that's something that works for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. Share if you care, and I'll be back with another video real soon.